congratulations, first of all, on a fantastic film. I think obviously one of the questions that the film really does ask is what the world would be like without art and creativity in it. And I'm curious, this is a question for all of the panel, but perhaps starting with Bill, what you imagine your life would have been like had you not discovered art and creativity, and if there's a specific moment in your lives you can pinpoint where art really has mattered to you and made a difference for you.
Well, I think it would be back when I started acting in Chicago. I wasn't very good, and I remember my first experience on the stage. I was so bad I just walked out on the street and started walking. And I walked for a couple of hours, and I realized I'd walked the wrong direction. Not just the wrong direction in terms of where I live, but the wrong direction in terms of a desire to stay alive. And so this may be a little bit not completely true, but it's pretty true that I walked. I then thought, well, if I'm going to die where I am, I may as well just go over towards the lake, and maybe I'll float for a while after I'm dead. So I walked over towards the lake, and as I got there, I realized I'd hit Michigan Avenue, and I thought, well, Michigan Avenue, that runs north too, and so I started walking north, and I ended up in front of the Art Institute of Chicago. And I just walked inside, and I didn't feel like I had any place being there, and they used to ask you for a donation, you know, when you walk into a museum, and I just walked right through because I was ready to die, and pretty much dead. And I walked in, and there's a painting there, and I don't even know who painted it, but I think it's called the Song of the Lark, and it's a woman working in a field, and there's a sunrise behind her. And I've always loved this painting, and I saw it that day, and I just thought, well, look, there's a girl who doesn't have a whole lot of prospects, but the sun's coming up anyway, and she's got another chance at it. So I think that gave me some sort of feeling that I too am a person and get another chance every day the sun comes up.
You know, frankly, I don't want to contemplate a world without Bill Murray, so I'm very, very glad that he had a change of heart that day all those years ago in Chicago. And it's really interesting that this video kind of crossed my radar when it did, because it was just here in the last week or so, a week in which someone very, very close to me attempted to do what Bill Murray was contemplating. And so when I saw that in conjunction with having walked through this experience with this loved one who was not successful and, you know, by God's grace is still with us and gets to see the sun come up for hopefully a whole lot of years again, it made me want to reach out through the channel, through my platform, and just say to anyone out there who might want to, or not want to, but who might need to hear right now this very thing. Now, the world without Bill Murray, a lot of people would notice if all of a sudden Bill Murray weren't there. It would be the news for the day. It'd be all over X. We'd all of a sudden start seeing all these tributes pop up, kind of like when Norm Macdonald was gone, or whomever the celebrity of the day that we lose. We would know all about it. And we think that those lives are so different than our own that when we fall into these dark places that we think, well, who would notice? Well, here's what I want you to do. I want you to go back and look at that painting, The Song of the Lark, that I include in this video. And if you're listening to this on the podcast, I encourage you to go to the Jason Wright Show YouTube channel, and you can see this, or just look up the painting. It's called Song of the Lark. And I want you to imagine yourself in the place of the girl in the cornfield. It's a peasant girl holding a sickle, and the sun's coming up behind her. And I want you to imagine looking at the painting and putting yourself there, and all of a sudden, you're not there. Your loved ones, someone, your friends, people would look at that painting or look at the world, or their sun would come up the next day, but you wouldn't be there. And therefore, the painting just wouldn't be right. The painting that is their life without you would not be right. And I know that in our deepest, darkest caves that we can somehow escape to, we think that no one would ever notice should this happen, but I can promise you, I can guarantee you with all my heart, someone would. And I love the correlation that Bill Murray makes with this painting in that as long as the sun comes up, there's another chance. There's another chance. And, I'm not a gambling person, but one bet I would make is this: the sun's probably going to come up tomorrow. And with that new sunrise is a new chance. I just did a video here last week where I quoted Dale Carnegie, which is that every day is a new life for a wise man. And I mentioned in that video, as I'll mention in this one, it gave me relief the first time I heard it. It's like every day is a little bit of a do-over. And every day that the sun comes up, each and every one of us, we have another shot. We have another shot to make things right, to ask for forgiveness that we probably need, to give forgiveness that we should probably give, to realize that the things that we think are such magnified, huge, cataclysmic problems in our lives are not nearly as big as we are to the lives of those around us. I want you to remember that no matter what problem you are facing, no matter what demon you are battling, it pales in comparison to how big you are in the life of someone else and how big your life is on this earth. It's meaningful. You do matter. You absolutely matter. That painting, the Song of the Lark, wouldn't be the painting that it is if the girl were not there. And you look at it and you see this, you see the look in her face. It's like she has a very hard existence, but the sun has come up and she's got another chance. With that chance is hope. And I hope that today, I hope I'm the lark. I hope I'm giving the Song of the Lark to you to say, you're worth it. You got this. The sun came up today, and I can't assure you this, but it probably will come up tomorrow. And you know what? A lot of people say you should live like there's no tomorrow. And frankly, I think that's a bunch of crap. I think you should live as though there absolutely will be a tomorrow, so that you know that what you do today is going to matter when the sun does come up again, and you're building upon it each and every day, each sunrise. There's a day to get a little better and a little better and a little better. And I hope that somehow, some way, if you happen to come across this video, it gives you encouragement. I have been exactly where Bill Murray was. I have been there. I sat in my bedroom at the age of 17 with one of the things that has a hammer on it that you put explosive devices, 6 of them, into a chamber, and wanted to put it to my head and be done. I've been there. It's dark. It's scary. The sun is going to come up and there'll be another chance. Take advantage of the fact that most likely the sun's going to come up. You're going to have a do-over tomorrow. And who knows? Who knows what life has for you? Yeah, we're not all going to be Bill Murray. There's only one of those. But look how things can turn around. I know this is kind of a heavy episode, but when I saw that video from Bill Murray, I thought, yeah, let's talk about this. Hopefully I didn't say anything that'll get YouTube all riled up and get them to shut this video down. And I'm pulling for you. Keep coming back here. I want you to be the best version of yourself you can be. Keep improving always and always, no matter who you are, where you're starting from, where you want to get to. The sun's going to come up tomorrow. Almost guaranteed. There is no guarantee, but there's a pretty good shot it's going to come up tomorrow. And when it does, that's going to give you an opportunity to give it one more at bat. I'm Jason, and I'm out. Well, that does it for this episode of The Jason Wright Show. Thank you so much for listening. This has been a Texas Titan Media production. Fourth Wall did the music. And as always, thank you so much for listening. Please consider going out to jasonwrightnow.com and signing up for the Vitruvian Letter. Also, please go out to iTunes. It takes like 30 seconds to just leave us a 5-star rating. It does wonders for the podcast. I would be so grateful. And with that, until we meet again, go crush it and endeavor to improve always in all ways. I'm out.